In this episode of the Shortlets and Serviced Accommodation series, we're going to talk about OTAs and why you cannot rely on them. So OTAs, what does it stand for? Online travel agents. Who do we typically refer to when we're talking about these? We've got the main players, which is Airbnb and Booking.com. And then we've obviously got the spin-offs, TripAdvisor, Agoda, Vrbo, HomeAway. There's plenty of others that fall into this banner of online travel agents. Now, we can't rely on them, and this was noted in the pandemic when Airbnb closed its platform down. You could not take a booking on Airbnb between the months of about March till June, and therefore, if you only advertised on Airbnb, your business shut down overnight. You know, the age-old saying, you shouldn't build your house on somebody else's sand, because if they take the sand away, you've no longer got your house. This is exactly the same with OTAs. Now, before we dive into it, OTAs aren't all bad. We can use them, we can leverage them, and you should always have a percentage of your business coming from them. However, you want the swing. So when you start your business, you'll pretty much have 100% coming from the OTAs. And then as you go on, you want to be reducing that somewhere to ideally 20 to 25%. So that 75% is going to be from your direct booking game. Now, to do this, you're going to have to understand how to attract direct bookings, but also you're going to have to build a good system and process around getting the direct bookings and the activity that goes into it. Because the thing is, with OTAs, it's very easy for us to just put the properties on there and let them take all the bookings. Now, especially in the summer months or the peak months, depending on where you're operating, the OTAs can take over your calendars if you're not careful. So they can literally just get booked up because naturally most people, we talked about trust in the previous videos, most people want to go to those channels. They want to book through those trusted websites. It's the first thing. At the end of the day, Airbnb, Booking.com, they spend tens of millions marketing our properties. We don't have to pay them a penny. We don't pay until we get a booking, but their brands are constantly out there. I mean, people actually refer to this industry now as Airbnb. So you do the Airbnb game, you tell them what, I'm in short-term rentals, what's that? It's Airbnb. Oh yeah, I know what that is. They've actually got such a brand that they've actually tagged it to the industry now. So we need to use that brand to then bring the customers in. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do it. So one is using the OTAs. We can actually, in our descriptions that we've talked about in the previous videos about selling an experience, we can literally put in a quick sentence which along the lines of, for the best deals, book direct. And then if within that descriptions you have your company name, so for me, it's Luke Stays. Luke Stays offers you this experience to wander the beaches of Dubai's most famous landmarks, basically Luke Stays. And then we might mention that a few more times in the description, because then the reader, if they're clever, they're going to think, okay, that's their business. Okay, a bit like when we go finding the land registry stuff, we've got to start piecing the data together. So that's the business. And then I see a thing that says, for the best deals, book direct. Okay, well, I'm going to try and get direct to them if I get a better deal. If there's a win for me coming off the OTA channel, then I might get a better deal. Now, you want to be careful with this, okay? You don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face, because if they do kick you off the channels and you're early in your journey and you haven't got a database and you haven't got a good direct booking game, then naturally your business is probably going to fail quite quickly, because you're not going to be able to compete with the advertising spend that the OTAs put out there. But that is one quick way that you can start getting more direct bookings, more people onto you. Now, you're going to need a website, okay? And a direct booking website is super important. I personally recommend the Boostly guys. So if you hit Market Boostly, or in fact, if you drop a comment below in this video, I will send you a link so you can get a discounted website from them. And you'll also get some extra goodies as well with their content machine that they've got. So, but Mark from Boostly, they have created an amazing site for me, and we continue to develop behind the scenes with them to make it even better. The main thing is that it converts, and that's what we want from booking websites, okay? They've got to convert. There's no point having loads of traffic going to your website and then nothing converts, okay? It's just madness. So we've got to make sure that we're converting. And again, there's plenty of different things that we need to do there to make sure that we can see what's going on the website, what the exit pages are, where people are looking, why they're not booking. You know, we talked about trust the other day. By having your trust certificate on your direct booking website, you're going to increase your conversions. Okay, so hopefully you're starting to see the picture now that, you know, we've got to start piecing all these things together if we want to be the best at this game, and if we want to try and come off the OTAs and drive the direct bookings. The next bit, okay, data. I've mentioned this a few times. I've told you why Amazon's worth billions. Data, okay? Every single time we get a booking, we need to be getting that data stored. We need to be getting the unencrypted data. So when Airbnb deliver a booking to us, it's got an encrypted email address. We need to get the guest's proper email address. There's many softwares and tools that we can use to do that plug directly into our businesses. I use Uplisting Channel Manager, and that does exactly this. Again, if you'd like a discounted channel manager, give me a shout, drop a comment below and I'll get you the link. Fantastic business, by the way, and they have done wonders for me, and they're working hard behind the scenes. So they get to pull that data out. That data is so valuable because then my team can call that data. Why are you staying? How long are you staying for? Is there anyone else staying? Remember back to my deal sourcing video early on, how I got my first few rent-to-rent deals? Because I made a phone call. I asked the question, would you like to book with me direct? And then it led to other questions. How many more people are you sending up here? How long are you here for? And before you know it, you've got some big direct bookings on your hands, okay? But you cannot do it if you don't have the data. So in essence, you need an email address that you're constantly mailing to, but you're not sending them rubbish, you're sending them value. And in terms of a mobile number, obviously that is the gold dust, to be able to then, you know, ring them, text them, WhatsApp them, do whatever you want, just communicate with them. So get the data and, you know, make sure that you're pulling it from your descriptions, make sure that you're being clever with what you're doing, and you will be able to reduce your OTA game, increase your direct booking game. And obviously with direct bookings, there's nothing more than time invested typically. So that 15-18% fee that you're potentially giving away to the OTAs, that's now in your back pocket, which you can use to scale your business, you can use to buy more assets with, you can use to set up more rent-to-rent deals, however that looks for you. The next video in the series is going to cover the magic of marketing within your property business. So we're going to be looking at a bit more holistic level, but I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to start scaling your business at an accelerated pace. Don't forget to subscribe so you know exactly when that video comes out.